Welcome everyone to the next episode of Just Ask Alumni. This is a bit of a different episode and I'm super excited for it. Today we have a new guest and we're going to be exploring the world of JA Alumni Poland. A very, very different alumni network compared to the alumni network we have in Malta. So we're going to go through the challenges, some of the similarities and differences between the networks, and have a genuine discussion on how we can collaborate as two networks combined together from across Europe. So I'd like to welcome Mateusz to the episode. How are you?
Great. Hi, Isaac. Hi, Malta. Hi, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here, joining you guys, and I'm sure I'll give you some information about how we do things in Poland and how we are enjoying JA Alumni Network ourselves.
I cannot wait for this episode. So, how has your stay been so far in Malta?
It's been great. I mean, we only came here for 3 days, for 3 full days, so it's pretty intense. Thank God Malta isn't that big, so I'm sure we can cross most of the things out after our 3-day stay. But it's been pretty intense, but it's been very lovely.
Yay!
I mean, it's such a beautiful place to live. I couldn't even imagine what it's like to live here on a daily basis. It's been very nice. We visited Valletta. We've been to also the 3 cities, Birgu and others.
Perfect.
Yesterday we've been to Mdina and Rabat, and also we got some viewpoints. We've been to Marshashlock. I don't know if it's pronounced correctly.
No.
Sorry for that, Malta.
You're doing much better than I am.
And actually today after the podcast we are still heading to Gozo, so I'm very excited, and also about the evening, hanging out with Maltese people. It'll be such a fun.
I can't wait. Perfect. So we recently met, and so I know you're an alumnus and I know you're from Poland, but I don't know that much about you. Can you tell us a bit about your story and how you transitioned into the JA Alumni?
So when it comes to myself, I'm now studying finance at my master degree in Wrocław, which is I would say in southwestern part of Poland. I'm on my 4th year, so I just started my second degree. I've graduated from business management earlier. When it comes to JA Alumni, I've participated in a job shadow day. So it's not that competitive of a program as the company one, but since my friends from JA Alumni done the company program, I felt so involved, and when an opportunity appeared, I was much more than happy to join this initiative, and wow, it's been a great ride so far.
That's great to hear. So I found one of your quotes on the JA Alumni Europe website, where if you guys want to know about JA Alumni Europe as a whole and sort of what we stand for, I found this quote of yours, which is, "I am thrilled to be part of JA Alumni, surrounded by extraordinary people with similar interests and great energy." Let's stop right there. What exactly does the JA Alumni community mean to you?
I mean, since it's been a bit of time since I wrote this, because it was probably a year ago. I remember Jonas approaching me, just, "Please write something about yourself. We really need it." And I was just like, okay, fine. But I was so inspired that I didn't even have to think that much of how I want this to look. So I just stopped for a bit, thought about JA Alumni, and this is what it came up. So now I would a bit rephrase that, or maybe add something that for me it's the most important about J community, is that it gives you the sense of being a part of something, which I feel it's very important for everyone, because everyone wants to feel that sense of belonging, that he belongs to such a community, and this is, I feel so wholesome when I'm on J events, even here doing podcasts with you guys. It's such an amazing experience, just three people. You're from Malta. I'm from other part of Europe, and we have those similar interests. And JA connects us. It's pretty
true.
amazing. And when it comes to the quote I've done, yeah, I mean those first months in the JA Alumni Network, it was so amazing. And even the part that the thought of creating the network on our own from scratch exactly. It was such an amazing thought, and I'm really glad it happened.
I completely understand you on that. I mean, the first international event I went to was Porto, which is where I met you very briefly there. And the sense of just being able to connect with people that I had never met on something that we both experienced, which was JA. It was incredible. And I feel this community is a solution for pushing the world forward, because we get so many brilliant minds here, helping them. And I believe that as the coordinators and the alumni teams across all of Europe, we have a very strong force in pushing these people forward and helping them. You know?
Exactly. And even when it comes to us, like the Gen Z, I would say it's, I guess we have this need, since the world is very open now. We have the need to have those international friends just to explore it, because it teaches us a lot, even about the cultural differences we have. So it's an incredible experience for everyone, and I highly recommend, if you are people from Malta interested in joining some international events, I promise you it's one of the best things you could ever imagine.
It's so enlightening.
Yeah.
The second part of your quote says, these couple of months were amazing, and to think that this is only the beginning and that we have so much more to come. Whoa. So you mentioned that this is the only beginning. What do you see this community becoming?
It's pretty difficult. It's pretty difficult to say, because me and my team, we are very ambitious, and since we started this from the scratch, seeing the numbers that we saw participating in cheer in JA programs, we felt so inspired, and so we felt so ambitious. Let's just get it. Let's just build the greatest network possible. So we have our expectations very high. We have the ability to adjust so many things, since we are starting this from scratch. And that would say it was a recap of the first 3 or 4 months. But also I sense that with these people, it's such an amazing experience, and we can really go far, seeing our chemistry, our morale, everything. We get along great. So I really sensed the other achievements that we achieved, to put it this way. We were awarded the Rising Star Award in Porto last year.
Love seeing it.
And also as JA Alumni Malta, we've been highlighted as the Bronze Nation. So we are very
We got one of these.
Yes, it is. It is framed. I have it framed on my own also. It's just an amazing view to wake up and see that, wow, you've been really... They really saw what you've done, and it's just an amazing remark.
And to have people cheering for your country, that was when I was in Porto, and I remember us getting the bronze sort of nation. I remember everyone cheering for us. People I had never met before, and people who probably, I'm guessing some people wouldn't have heard of Malta or wouldn't have heard of the Malta network because it was so new. Is the Poland network new? So how relatively new is it?
We started last January.
Last January?
Yeah, January 2024.
So we started to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So the first calls were held in October or even in November 2023, but we wanted to get ourselves a bit of time to prepare. So we decided that we want to kick off with everything at January the 1st, and that's what we did. And yeah, and it's been a pretty amazing journey. However, we've got a lot of conclusions about basically every procedure we've done. And everything. So we are just now more experienced with same like energy and spirit, which is also very, very needed here. And yeah, we are so excited for this year.
We started roughly the same time actually, which is incredible. Yeah. So I thought that Poland was a country that had an alumni network for a long time. I assumed Malta was the only sort of newer one, but it's incredible, and to see that we're both sort of moving forward.
I didn't even realize that you guys started as
we had our first meeting was in October of 2023.
Okay.
And then we officially started properly in around March, April of 2024, sorry.
Okay.
So we started a bit later than you, but the discussion started at the same time.
Yeah, the build-up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we launched properly in August of 2024, right before Porto, actually. So 2 weeks before Porto was our this is the alumni network, we're starting, and, Okay, so Poland is obviously a much larger country than Malta, and it's one of the larger countries in Europe and the European network. So give us an overview of alumni of Poland's primary focus in the network.
So the primary focus is mainly the company program, since, when we started in January, we've been a bit of in a drought because we had to wait until May for the finale of the company program. And we were trying so hard, so desperately to get these people to join us from previous editions, from every other program, and also from the company program itself. We were trying to get them involved. We were writing emails, writing on Facebook, liking pictures, commenting, and stuff like that. It was so desperate, I would say, and it didn't benefit us in the end because, we are unable to access the database of JA, of course, since it's not okay with the law. So we had to find our own ways, and they weren't as sufficient as we thought they would be. So
I feel you, because we waited for May as well. Sort of, we were like, okay, we'll get a group of we have a board team, but we don't know what we're doing, and we're sort of waiting for new people to kind of bring in a bit of skill and have a nice team to move forward. And we did bring in people. However, we sort of, without a proper structure in place or not exactly knowing how to do things, we kind of weren't able to help those volunteers actually do something and join us properly, which is something we've learned now over the past few months. And now we're waiting for May again to sort of, interact with the new CP. And do you have startup in Poland, SUP?
No, we are only focused on high school now. Maybe someday in the future, but I don't see this happening in the upcoming 2 or 3 years.
I do believe that you need a bit of time to focus on one program, because it's a completely different strategy going to university students and the company program students.
I could tell. I've been last year. I've been a leadership judge at JA, so I also had some time talking with the university programs. So I understand that it's totally different. But I'm just thinking if the J office has what it takes now, have the courage and I would say the need for this program, because they have their hands full of work with any other program. Since we have around 8 programs currently, I'm guessing it's somewhere around
Incredible.
8 programs, and we have thousands of people participating.
And I'm guessing it's not a big team at JA.
It is not. But also it's like when that's the funny thing, because since us as Gen Z, we are so obsessed with social media promoting and everything.
Yeah.
And if you look at our JA office Facebook or Instagram, it doesn't look great. It doesn't look great. It doesn't look like it could affect you if you're scrolling, for example, your feed. It wouldn't let me. It wouldn't encourage me to visit it. You know?
Join. Okay.
Yeah. So they are using their contacts within their within schools around Poland, and they don't need that promotion. I guess if they could use this promotion, if they could hire somebody who will take care of this, then I guess they would have much.
I think it is effective, yes, because so in Malta we have maximum 8 schools. Is it 8? Like 6 forms? Like 8 schools.
8 schools. Wow.
So it's like it's not that many contacts that you need to have. And
I guess in Warsaw we just have like around 40 high schools or something. Right. So it's.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, so yeah. In the case of Malta, the office have connections to every school, and even the new one. The newer ones, yeah, exactly. They have the connections, but then over the past, so ever since I've been in JA, they've ramped up the social media as much as possible, because they use it as a strategy to get more partnerships, and apart from promoting the programs, they use it as a way to sort of, add more value for partnerships and things like that. And I think it works quite a good amount. In the social media for the alumni in Malta also, we're trying to ramp it up, but we don't have the manpower yet to do it. So this podcast is just one example. I think it attracts new people, because I'll give you an example. There's someone in the company program right now who before the program started, they were liking all of the alumni posts. So not the office posts, the alumni posts. And so someone from the office noticed this and told me, hey, you should contact them, see who they are. Maybe they're an alumni, maybe. And so I messaged that person. That person wasn't an alumni. They were in high school, and I actually encouraged them to join the company program, and they were interested in the company program and the network. And they're doing the company program now, and eventually come into the network afterwards. So it is really effective.
Yeah, it's such a great way. And also I've never seen anything like that. That people not actually associated with JA stuff would be like, whoa, this JA Alumni Malta is doing such a great thing.
It's just like
it's a bit of uncommon, I would say, because we are we understand that mainly people from the company program or from junior achievement understand what JA is, and it's a bit of uncommon.
I think it's a goal of ours to not, let me frame this in the right way, not overshadow the role of JA, but to put JA alumni in such a position where people realize the importance of starting out in the company program or startup program, for example, and continuing it afterwards. So we see a lot of people stopping at the company program and not managing to actually reach their potential, because the alumni network and some of the other networks they can join give so much value, right? In the people and like resources.
It's all a part of the process, right?
Yeah.
Since they have all this motivation and inspiration when it comes to, for example, when they are participating. But that was the main reason we decided to open up an alumni network, because people would be done with the company program,
and that's
then,
it.
Yeah, there's a blank, and they are left out in the world. I would say they have to wait 2 or 3 more years until they get to university, and they have opportunities on their own, so they can really pursue.
It's the time where they don't have responsibilities, so they can spend time sort of volunteering or joining a network and meeting people.
Yeah, and it's just it's just the perfect time to connect with people. It's just like it's the perfect. Easiness, the easiness, everything. It's very it's amazing, and also it opens your horizons, I would say. It broadens your horizons.
100%.
Yeah.
When I was in Porto, I remember us going to Porto and thinking, we're doing great. You know, Malta is doing something that I think other countries aren't doing. And it was a bit of like an ego. And then when I got to Porto and I saw all the other countries doing what they're doing, it kind of burst the bubble and made me realize like, hey, people are doing this as well. Like we need to not only go better and improve, but also interact with these people and interconnect, you know. So let us go on a bit of a break and we'll come back to continue discussing some of the shared goals that we have for the Alumni Network.
Sure.
We want to thank Agenzia Zazah and the European Union's Programs Agency for their support in not only this podcast, but all of the projects we do at JA Alumni Malta. The Invest scheme and the Solidarity Corps scheme are the projects and funding that allow us to do everything that we do, and they're fully invested in what we're doing and the vision that we have for JA Alumni. So thank you, and let's get back to the episode. And we're back. So before we continue on to the questions, you have a snack.
Yeah, I brought a piece of Poland here. It is called Katarzynki.
Katarzynki?
Yes, I know it's difficult to pronounce since Polish is one of the most difficult languages in the world.
And since Malta is
ASMR.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Since Malta is like mostly Arabic, we struggle even more, I feel like, to pronounce certain like Northern Europeans. So
have yourself.
We can show this.
Yeah. In Polish it's called pierniki w czekoladzie, in chocolate, basically. But I don't even know how to say it.
Okay, we'll just cheers.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. It's good. So what is it in the middle?
Gingerbread often associated me with another structure, you know.
This is really good. I didn't bring any Maltese snacks, but you will try them tonight. Okay, let's get back into business. So,
I'll take this away so
yes,
it doesn't distract us.
Yeah, because I will take it.
Yeah, so do I.
So, both Poland and Malta are obviously part of the umbrella of JA Alumni Europe, right? So, yes. We share the same goals: accelerating entrepreneurs, networking, skill building, and stuff like that. So, what are some of the biggest challenges you think we both face when we want to go and achieve those goals?
I would say, since it's probably my part in Polish network, it's the engagement. It's very difficult to maintain the engagement of the members because they need a lot of encouragement from you, a lot of great initiatives, which is very difficult sometimes to organize to some sort, but that's the most difficult, to keep everything at the highest possible level of interest, and also to give the proper sense of belonging to these people. So because I think it's easier to give them the, hey, you're very welcome here, thank you for joining us, it's such cool, it's very great to have you, something like this. But when it comes to the maintaining the interest, it's very difficult to create initiatives for everyone, so they feel like, oh wow, it's so cool, I really want to join this event or something. So some events are for some people and other events are for others, right? So that's the problem. And since we don't have that many of resources, I guess, so do you, it's difficult to keep their interest, I would say, regular, since we are able to maybe host 1 or 2 on-site events a year, and the rest of this is purely online. So it also gives you when it comes to online, it's much more difficult to
Yeah.
even maintain the engagement,
Human
the
connection
interest.
isn't even there.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, that's the main issue, I would say.
I get what you mean, because engagement even here in Malta is a difficult thing to keep with such a fast moving society and everyone trying to
Yeah.
do everything and you know, living their lives, which is fair
Yeah.
enough. But I think one important thing is to always try and communicate the value of a network, and obviously it's never easy, and some people just don't get it, and some people get it immediately, you know, and some people take some time.
Yeah.
But yeah, how do you see JA Alumni Poland maybe coming out of those challenges? What are you working on anything to try and remedy them?
Well, we have tried mainly by securing funding. We managed to possess some sponsors, to gain some sponsors, partners from Poland. We will be also applying for the acceleration fund from JA Alumni Europe.
Good idea.
And yes, we are in constant contact with local governments and everything to find a reasonable funding that would apply to us. I think it's great. It's the first key step, I would say, because we are really opening opportunities for those people. Because even if they join, it's also a great encouragement to, for example, possibly. We set up a mentoring program last year, and in order to encourage people to join our on-site event, since it was a small group of people, there was 5 people, we encouraged them. They just let us know if you're available this weekend in December. We are hosting a Christmas event in Wrocław, and yeah, if you want, you can join. It's all on us. We paid them for their stay. We paid for their food, so they have everything provided, and all they had to do was just to show up with great attitude, and that's what they did. And I think that it's a great encouragement for the people who are not completely sure if they are up to something like this.
Yeah.
And they'll be their attitude will be okay, I'm not losing any money on this, so I won't be regretting that much.
Yeah.
Even though it will be a cool experience. For example, if you manage to visit Poland, or I'm talking about Polish people. Sorry, to talk in its specific city, because most of the people didn't even get to visit all the coolest all of the coolest cities in Poland. So it gives you the opportunity, and you don't regret as much if you don't lose money. So that's our approach.
That's very true.
That's our approach as of now. But also we are unable to provide it to everyone, since we had the whole group, a small group. We decided to go this way. But when it comes to creating a bigger event, we would probably we would probably require some fee for a ticket.
I get what you mean. I think the give without take is an important first step when trying to secure some new alumni who are part of the team and who are ready to give, it's something that we've been trying to foster as much as possible in Malta, because I don't see, if I had to come up to you and sort of tell you hey, you should join the network, but I can't provide you anything yet, you're not really going to be okay, well, what exactly can I really get out of this at first, And so we try and it's very challenging, but we try and give what we can at first and give opportunities, and then we find the 2 or 3 people every year, to join the team who we feel took those opportunities with a very good attitude, and then we know that they
have the JA spirit.
They had the JA spirit, exactly, and the alumni spirit, and they can benefit us later on. Obviously, the challenging part of that is it's a long-term thinking, which means that it takes a long time to actually work, and it's discouraging. So as an alumni team, when you have months of little progress because you're sort of waiting for people to join, and you need to wait for people to sort of interact and build a connection, it's discouraging to some of the team members who don't see that much progress in the first few months. But I feel like after a certain point, you then reach a certain point in growth where it grows steadily over time, because people say, oh, well, I'm part of the alumni network, I love it. And so they start telling other people about it, by word of mouth.
Yeah, I guess it is all very dependent on each individual. Mm-hmm. So, the cool thing actually about the JA Alumni Network is, for maybe those of you who aren't even a part of JA Alumni, but are I would say curious about what we do here. It's such a cool way that even if you apply to join us on Gather or in some other, I would say, tool that we are communicating with, is that it is not mandatory that you have to be active. You just have to, for example, if you sign up, just like you can stick around, view the messages, like join the newsletter or something. And if you feel the need to join something, you join it. If you don't, you don't. It's just like, it's very casual, I would say.
No, it is.
It is very casual, and it's, I'm a fan of this initiative because, who knows? Maybe, for example, if you don't feel the need to join now, to join some event now, for example, you sign up to be an alumni. Maybe I would say there is a slight change in your attitude. Mm-hmm. In 6 months, you have more courage. You want to explore new things, meet new people. That's your time. You get the notification, for example, from JA Alumni Malta that they are hosting a great event in Valletta or in Gozo, right? Just like straight out of my head. And you decide to join it. It's just like, it's simple as that. So people really, it's an amazing opportunity, and just don't be afraid to join it. Yeah, because
it's a barrier of entry.
It's just like the barrier of entry, and you really have to deal with it. But in the end, they are amazing people waiting for you on the other side, just waiting for you to show up. So
exactly, I mean the people, the skills, the experiences you get. I mean, I've been in the network for a year and a bit, and I've been to Porto. I want to come to Poland though. Yeah. So
feel invited, right?
I'd love to. I've been to Porto, Cyprus, and now Luxembourg in April, all in the span of a year, and then hopefully Cologne. And these opportunities just come out of pure sort of engagement and trying to put some effort into providing value for others in a network. And I think the opportunities are incredible. And if you work with a mindset of sort of, I'm going to give to people, because I think the alumni network is fundamentally based on just giving to people. You know, like, I'm doing this for other people, and I'm doing this to help other people get opportunities. I think when you do that and you do help other people, you get a lot back in return, without even knowing about it.
Yes, it's just like an amazing feeling. That's what, like, you feel very inspired that you're a part of something that is helping young people discover themselves. So it's an amazing experience. And
I mean, take you coming to Malta. You come to Malta for a trip, and you know that there are people here who can help you. If you need any advice on where to go or something like that, you can ask people, friends that you've met there, alumni, and it's an incredible thing,
Yeah, it is indeed incredible.
You mentioned the mentorship program that you guys did. How do you guys sort of support alumni in finding mentors?
It is not a mentorship program that you may think of, probably, because it's something in between of a mentorship program. It's something in between of buddy program, which is commonly known in Europe. During the Alumni Leaders Academy last year in Tallinn, I've had a lot of conversations with Emily from Austria. Greetings to you, Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily. Hope you're doing great. We've had so many discussions about the buddy program, and she just gave me this inspiration, And we decided to, based on this idea, we decided to create something on our own. And basically the mentorship program is focused around people in the company program. So for example, we are rewarding the most outstanding people from the company program with the Excellence Award. And these people awarded with the Excellence Award are given the possibility to become mentors for the next year editions. So it's not about also the Excellence Award. There are other people that can join, but it is mainly provided to JA Alumni Excellence Award winners. So just to wrap it up, we are hosting 4 masterclasses during the year. The program starts in September and it ends in March. At the end of March, we are hosting the finale next weekend in Warsaw. So
good luck.
Keep our fingers crossed, but you probably will hear us later in this podcast. We are hosting the finale at the end of March, and before that, mentors participated in 4 masterclasses. This weekend is the 4th masterclass. 3 of them were held online. They were related with design thinking, team building, marketing, sales, how to properly write a report about your mini company. And the last masterclass is focused on your personal growth and career growth. So, how to properly run a LinkedIn, how to successfully manage time.
And are those workshops given by you as a team?
No.
Okay.
They are given by people from the outside. For example, we are working closely with Euroclear, the bank which is located in Krakow in Poland, the French bank. We have great connections with them. We also gain a bit of mentors through LinkedIn. For example, Łukasz from Grow and other people from Manpower, for example. And they are teaching our mentors. They are not focused on the mini companies, but they are teaching this to mentors. And what mentors gain from this program is the knowledge from the experts. And also they can later, during the meeting, they can translate it with connection of their own experience. So wrapping it up, once again, trying. It's a very complicated thing. I get it. It is complicated, but just to let you know how it works. Mentors attend the master classes, and they gain knowledge during the masterclass, and later after the masterclass, they have they are obligated to have a meeting with their mini company that they are signed up for. So in the end, they are translating what they gained during the masterclass, the knowledge, and also with their experience from last year editions, they are giving out the knowledge to the participants in later editions. So
that's okay. So we're currently working on a buddy program of our own.
Yeah.
And so this is really interesting to me. Does every company program team have a mentor?
No. Okay. Since the amount of companies, it's very large, huge amount, and we only have we don't have that many active members. So our first edition was focused mainly around 5 mentors, and each of them had one company to focus on. So 5 companies total, but we are planning on expanding potentially next year. We'll just have to see, because if we don't have the appropriate people with appropriate mindset, we don't want to run it. Yes, exactly. We are just looking for certain individuals that would love to engage and that showed us that they have experience with getting things done, and it is really important.
I think that's crucial, because
it's purely volunteering, right?
Exactly.
So it's not a requirement that we have to run a mentorship program next year. Of course, it would be a shame if we didn't, but I guess it's such a cool initiative that we want to engage as many people, but we want the right people.
I think we should, as two networks, have a bit more discussions on this, because we want to do something very similar, and we're currently in the works. This episode is coming out a bit later than we're recording it, but currently we have two people who are working on actually creating that program, and it's a very complicated thing, because you need to think about the amount of possible, in our case, bodies that you can have versus the amount of possible teams. The JA in Malta had a jump from 20 teams to 50 teams in 1 year. So
Impressive.
it's massive growth in 1 year. So we anyway couldn't have 20 mentors and buddies in the first year. So now 50 is going to be like an impossible task. So like you guys, we kind of tried to shift our focus to any company program that wants a mentor. We will try and provide an extra buddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you have mentors in the company program in Poland? Like, is each time assigned a mentor by the office?
You know what? I don't think so that we have those mentors assigned by JA office, but
so this is a huge step forward.
Yeah, it is. It is actually. We have some individuals working with the mini companies, but it's more of like a group thing that they will host a webinar or an online meeting, something like that, just to give out the knowledge. But when it comes to like the individual support, I guess we don't have it. Maybe it's up in the plans, but I haven't heard a thing about this. So yeah.
Fair enough.
They are mainly relying on us and our help with the alumni.
Alumni making impact there.
Of course.
Let us go on another very short break, and then
Sure.
we'll come back and wrap up this episode. We have an exciting opportunity opening for you guys, where you guys can become JA Alumni Buddies. A buddy is someone who helps a company program team that is currently in the program. If you guys are interested, we're going to be offering training along with the program, so you would not only be able to help one of the company program teams next year, but also you'll get some masterclass training from some of the professionals we're going to bring on board. So if you're interested, the link is down below, and hope to see you there. So, we're back. I want to say congrats, Poland, on the mentorship program that you're doing, because it seems amazing. And I think it's going to be a huge step forward for you guys. Taking the initiative in mentoring these alumni and students and helping them push forward is super commendable. And I cannot wait to see the results of this and for us to discuss sort of maybe how we can help out each other and collaborate and maybe learn from each other, because we want to do something similar, and we need some role models who've already done it before now, to sort of tell us. So
happy to help always.
Awesome. I cannot wait to see it happen.
It's just like it's all about the alumni network, that we are all willing to help each other, right?
Yes.
It's such an amazing thing, and the amount of help we even got within our first year, it's amazing. And what can I say more?
What other opportunities do you see us working together on? So obviously very different in size, very different in culture, very different in geographical location.
very different in weather. So yeah, that's actually the first thing that comes to my mind, actually.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
So where do you see us collaborating in?
How it's I see us collaborating potentially in everything. So it's like you are relatively new, so as we, and I think it's we have the same attitude, we have the same mindset, we have the same goals. So it will be pretty amazing if we can create something big together, and also seeing us. Each of us collaborating with Stephanie from Cyprus. It shows that we have similar views, because the program that you are involved, I also thought of creating one in Poland with Stephanie. So yeah, it's very great initiative, and I think that the sky is the limit for us. So
I cannot wait.
Yeah, I'm just like looking forward to meeting you guys in Luxembourg and talking potentially our partnership for this year and for the next upcoming.
I agree. And as we were discussing in the break, we started at the same time and we're running very parallel. While some countries have obviously started before us and they've gained traction and they know what they're doing and they're sort of very solid and in the next phase of their network, we're running quite along the same timeline. We're doing things differently.
Yeah, and I think what you said, that we do things differently. I think that we are the innovators when it comes to the JA Europe community. Since we are relatively new, we really have
we can do things differently.
Yes, of course. We don't have those traditions, regulation stuff, everything that they have. For example, if the network is 20 years old or 15, it is not that.
They have a certain way of doing things.
Yes, of course. They are not that adjustable as we are. So I think we are, I want to believe that Poland, Malta, and other nations are the driving force, or maybe in the future they can become the driving force of JA Alumni Europe.
Yeah.
And we want to use our approach to the best possible ways, and so do you guys. Seeing you guys with all your work, all you're doing, it's just incredible.
I really cannot wait. You're getting me fired up talking
that's
about
that's the alumni spirit in the mic.
Yeah, because we before this episode we didn't think about collaborating that much, and because I was sort of focused on the, let's say, Mediterranean countries, because similar in background, stuff like that. Cyprus obviously came to mind.
Yes.
But now we've been talking for like 40 minutes now, I think, and a bit more. The similarities we have in our network, are really going to help us understand each other and collaborate in such a way where maybe we can help each other in resources that one is lacking and the other is.
Yeah, of course.
I cannot wait. And
we gotta help each other out, right?
Exactly. That's the whole spirit of the Alumni Network. And one last question for you for today. What is one initiative from Alumni Poland that you think us and Malta can learn from? What's something that you're doing that you think we can innovate on?
I think it was already mentioned, the mentorship program. I mean, it's probably it's the only appropriate to be called initiative. Okay. And I think we've done a pretty good job with this program, since it was a huge unknown from the beginning, and we even a week before, we didn't even know if it's all gonna end up a program. After all, it's we are now just heading into the last meeting, the conclusion of the whole first edition pilot program. So it's amazing, and we are there to help you. If you need anything from us, just let us know, and we'll be happy to help.
Thank you so much, because we're looking to do it, and the two people that we've sort of put, I'll mention them, Milena and Andrea. You're doing amazing work, and I know it, and I can feel their sense of fear of doing this wrong, because they're not that experienced in the alumni network. I guess us, we've known it a bit longer, but they also don't know anything about the buddy program or mentorship program in other countries.
Because, when it comes to the buddy program, it is still, each country has a different view on it.
I joined a buddy meeting, I think it was in November or December.
Oh, yeah, I missed it. I was supposed to be there. I missed it, yeah.
And, it was a very big. I thought I was going to go there and listen to other people talk about how they do the program, and it was going to be sort of the same thing, and we were going to implement the same thing. But everyone has a completely different strategy, and it's a very different program across all of Europe.
You have to be adaptive. You
Exactly.
have to adapt. you're aware how your network works,
Exactly.
what your people expect from you, and
I mean, in differences in size, in culture,
yeah,
in the
everything
structures
you have
changes completely.
Yeah, exactly.
I cannot wait for us to collaborate any further.
Yeah,
And I
me
think
too. And it's like after the first year now, I guess it's time for
I think it's about
for
time.
the international collaboration, because without that, then we would just be a usual network.
Exactly. Thank you, Mateusz, for coming on this episode. It has been a blast of an episode, and I've loved talking about this network with you. As you know, the Alumni Network in Malta, as I've said, we're trying to learn as much as possible. We're very new. Our team is a bit on the younger side, so our skills are, let's not say lacking, but they're inexperienced. We're inexperienced. I'm inexperienced as a coordinator, and we're trying to learn as much as possible. And having you here telling us sort of that you can help us is such a big boost forward. And I'm sure we'll find ways to provide some value and more opportunities to both the alumni in Poland and Malta. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
And across all of Europe.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me here. It's been a great pleasure, and also a great complimentary piece to my trip to Malta. It's also a great thing to know that wherever you go, there are alumni to host you. So it's been a great pleasure for me to participate here in this podcast. And yeah, thanks for the invite. And
Of course.
Malta, you're amazing. Just remember that it is a great initiative being an alumni. It's casual, and if you ever feel the need to explore the world, just make sure to do it with the alumni.
I usually ask the guests for their final words, but that was perfect.
My final word is Anthea, good luck on your game today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 11 I guess it starts.
Yeah.
So keep your fingers crossed. Maybe the score, once you hear the episode, will be revealed.
Yeah. I'll see you tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, looking forward to the evening.
We hope that you guys enjoyed that episode of Just Ask Alumni. We want to thank the JA office for giving us the room, the equipment, and for all the help that they give us in all the projects that we do. We really, really appreciate it. We want to thank the JA Alumni team, such as the volunteers, who help us with all our projects and with making everything you see possible and all our opportunities. And we want to thank you guys for watching. We hope to see you in the next episode. So see you next month.